Dilbeek is a municipality in the province of Flemish Brabant, in Flanders, one of the three regions of Belgium. The municipality comprises the villages of Dilbeek proper, Groot-Bijgaarden, Itterbeek, Schepdaal, Sint-Martens-Bodegem, and Sint-Ulriks-Kapelle.Dilbeek is located just outside the Brussels capital region, in the Pajottenland, hence the local name Poort van het Pajottenland. Even though Dilbeek is located in the Dutch-language area of Belgium, there is a French-speaking minority represented by 4 members on the 33-seat local council. It is a mostly residential community with largely preserved rural areas and some industrial zones. History. Medieval origins. The life of St. Helena, the 7th-century martyr daughter of a lord of Dilbeek, was set in Dilbeek Forest. The historical facts of her life, however, are disputed. In Carolingian times, Dilbeek and its neighboring villages were part of the Pagus Brabantsensis. This territory, ruled by the lords of Ayen and Elect, was integrated into the Landgraviate of Brabant by the Counts of Leuven around 1085. The first mention of the name Dilbeek dates from 1075, while the name Bijgaarden, later transformed into Groot-Bijgaarden, dates from 1110. Bijgaarden was originally a dependency of the Abbey of St. Bavo in Ghent, but by 1125, nuns under the leadership of St. Wivina had founded a religious community there. Around 1183, the Landgraviate became the Duchy of Brabant, within which Dilbeek remained as an independent parish until the French Revolution, 16th century until now. The area's parishes belonged to the See of Cambrai until 1559, when they were placed under the administration of the Archbishop of Mechelen. Also, in the 16th century, Dilbeek, Itterbeek and Sint-Martens-Bodegem were placed under the local rule of the Lords of Gaasbeek. The following decades were marked by the wars that opposed Catholics and Protestants, which resulted in the ruin of the Abbey of Groot-Bijgaarden. The final dismantlement and sale of the buildings took place during the French regime in the 1790s. Events. Each of the 6 communes that make up the current municipality organizes several annual fairs and kermesses. Every spring, a tulip festival takes place in Dilbeek. Each summer the Viva Festival, where Flemish bands perform on a floating stage, takes place at the pond behind the town hall in Dilbeek proper. Sites. The imposing castle of Groot-Bijgaarden was built in 1640 around a 14th-century keep. Nearby is the St. Wivina domain, where ruins of the original abbey still stand. Dilbeek's local authority offices, also known as the De Vieren Castle, was built in 1863 in Tudor style on the ruins of a 14th-century fortification. One of the medieval towers, the St. Helena Toren, can still be seen in the park surrounding the current building. On his visit to this fort, Charles V was reportedly served rabbit instead of his favorite hare, which resulted in the nickname Conan en Fretters for the inhabitants of Dilbeek. Several other buildings of interest can also be found in the park. The rural communes contain numerous old farms, including Het Neerhof, a 13th-century building that belonged to the Abbey of Forest. The Tower of the St. Ambrosius Kirk dates from the same century. The main church of St. Anna-Pied was the model used by Peter Bruegel the Elder in his 1568 painting The Parable of the Blind, currently in Naples. The village now houses a Bruegel museum as well as a restored watermill dating from 1776. Dilbeek also houses an interesting tram museum, tracing the history of this local mode of transportation since its beginning in 1887. The village of St. Gertrudis-Pied is the location of the Pajottenland's only working watermill. Centuries old building that has been thoroughly renovated in the 80s and 90s. Famous inhabitants: Saint Helena, Christian saint; St. Wivina, monastic foundress, 12th century. Romain Mays, cyclist who won the 1935 Tour de France. Johan Anthierens, journalist, publicist, critic, and writer. Guywets, former Miss Belgium. Urbanus, famous Flemish comedian, was born and raised in Schepdaal. Black Box Revelation, a garage rock band formed in 2005 by Dilbeek natives Jan Paternoster and Dries van Dijk. Twin Cities, Austria, Obervellach, part of Hermigor, United States, Dalton, Georgia, South Africa, French Hope.